Hello everybody and welcome back to CIT tutorials. Today I am going to show you the tool settings. This will become more useful later as you start working more with vertices and doing UVs and know what it contains now for later. Okay, so I'm going to just start up by making a cube, shift clicking. And dragging out a cube. And okay, so by default, I'll start with the move tool. Okay, and so the main thing you want to be aware of, there's a lot of good options here, but we'll cover that later. The main thing you want to be aware of is this move axis. Right now, if I change this, it doesn't appear that it changes anything. But, okay, so right now it's on object. So I move it over here and I want to rotate it. Oh, by the way, here's a nice shortcut key for you. If you hold J when you're rotating, it'll snap to 15-degree increments. This is a shortcut key I forgot to cover in my hotkeys tutorial video. But J, unlike Adobe, you can't click it first and then do J. That doesn't work. You have to click J before you start rotating. Something to keep in mind. And then if you notice when I hit J, it highlights the little discrete rotate box. So if ever it's always discrete rotating on you, it's always snapping, you can come in here to the tool settings, uncheck the box. You can also change the step size if you so desire. Anyway, so say I rotate it and then I go back. See, my move tool now is still oriented to the object because it's on object move axis. So I can move it along the move axis of the object. Very useful. But say I wanted to rotate it like that and then put it back here, like right here. I'd have to move it down and then try to figure out where that was and line it up and then move it down this way and oh, it went too far and so move it, oh, it's too far up, oh. And you spend a lot of time messing around with it trying to get it where you want it. If you change it to world, it'll stay oriented to the trident down here. This little trident. X, Y, and Z. And you click and drag it, and it will move it in that axis. Very useful. But there again, if you need to move it along the axis, and you're like, well, I don't want to have to move this way, and then this way, and then this way, and this way, you know, you can just change it to object. Boom, there you go. Those are the two main ones I use. I also use, later I'll talk about vertice manipulation, but if you right click on object, it gives you object mode, edge mode, vertex, UV, and face. The main one I use is object mode and vertex. Face is for extruding things, and edge is for doing edge loops and other things like that. I use vertex a lot. So you have these little dots, and you can select dot. And right now, since it's on object, it's oriented to the object. But if I change it to world, it'll orient it to the world. If I change it to normal, it'll change it to the direction the normal is going. This is useful if you want to keep it pointing the same direction, I guess is the right word. So it moves it straight out from the normal. That's what the N is out. And then you can move it the other directions as well. So something to keep in mind. That's what normal average, if you have all four of these selected, for instance. See, it changed every time, and so now they're generally pointing out this direction. Anyway, you don't want to mess with the normals or the vertices for the first assignment. But this is to give you an idea of how this tool works. So I'll go back to object mode. Okay, so that's the move tool. The rotate tool, there's basically just two. There's the local and world. Local is the object, and world is, if you notice, when I rotate the world one, it does not change the rotate manipulator, which looks kind of weird, at least to me, because I'm used to this one that it moves the manipulator. So if it's not moving, that means you're on world. If it is, then it's on local. The scale tool has the same settings as the move tool. I usually leave it on object unless I have a very particular reason to do world or normal average. These are the basic ones I do. Usually leave it on object, and that's your best bet, so you can scale it proportionally. Scale the object proportionally. That's the biggest use for it. So that's the basic tool settings. There's several other tool settings in here, like soft select. This is a vertice thing, and I'll go more into this with the vertice manipulation. You hit B, and it turns on soft select. And as you can see, it goes yellow to black to how much is selected, and it'll select based on a radius. But you don't need to know that right now. Just be aware that if you accidentally hit B and it's acting funny on you, it's like you're trying to select an edge and then it goes all yellow and weird and shows you the vertices and stuff, and you just hit B and you get out of it. Something to keep in mind. You can also come down here and turn soft select on this way. And I'll have a separate video that covers just soft selection. But yeah, it's the basic tool settings. Hope this was helpful, and I'll see you guys in my next video.